Loud House Hologram Jam. This episode is about Lincoln having to clean his room and wanting to get out of it by making holograms or something. Now, obviously, everything aside by how unrealistic and how kind of not slice of life this really is. This episode really feels like a season 1 type episode. Like, it feels like season 1. Not so much in the execution department, because like I said, back then it was a lot more like slice of life, a lot more grounded. There was episodes here and there, but most of the time it was through a dream or something like that. Like One of the Boys, for example. But in terms of Lincoln coming up with an elaborate scheme to get out of doing something, that is classic Loud House. That is classic Loud House. I love this episode. This episode's fantastic. It's funny. It's entertaining. It's interesting. I wasn't expecting this episode to really, wow me that much, but it kind of did. I love the app, and, you have these, Lisa things. Like, her running with a wrench, and the error screen being her, shrugging. That was really, really funny. I love that. This is dumb, but very, very fun, and I liked it. I got a kick out of this one. This was actually a very, very fun one. Obviously, unfortunately, since it is this way, I don't really have much to say. All I do know is that I can tell you that I enjoyed this episode. And, yeah, that's really it. Anyways, on to the next episode, which is Shipwreckers. This episode is about Luna and Lenny watching the dreamboat on Gramps' boat and promising to Gramps that, they're not going to let anyone else on the boat. And, of course, naturally, they let other people on the boat. God, man, you talk about, you go from one episode where it's man, this is so, it's interesting, it's fun, there's a lot of funny jokes, to this. I'm sorry, man, there's so many of these fucking episodes. God, man. Where it's just nothing happens. It's just really dull. There's just I'm sitting here just watching it, and I'm just okay, when's it gonna get fun? When's it gonna get good? It's super predictable. It's very dull. It's not really that entertaining. It's just a rehash of a rehash of a rehash of a rehash. We've had, I think dozens of these types of plots before. I don't know. I don't know. And it's unfortunate, because usually I do like episodes that involve Luna. Most of the time, I do. And the fact that Sam was here, too. I'm trying to think of the last time that we saw them together, but I guess that's neither here nor there. I mean, she's only in the episode for a little bit of it. There's not really much. I guess I will say the Gramps with the boots was at least slightly appealing. That was fun, I guess. That was the best part of the episode. What's sad if that was the best part of the episode? I hate to be the type of person to say, man, Lincoln and his friend group episodes are better than the sister episodes, but man, that's really where we're at. I really, really feel that way. Like I said, there's a few characters like Lynn and Luna who have decent episodes. But man, it always just cycles back to kind of the beginning part of the Loud House, where it was really about Link, really, most of the time. Like I said, I hate to say it. I hate to be that guy, but that's just how I am, man. Like I said, I'm not saying every episode with the sisters is inherently bad. There's just, unfortunately, a lot of these types of episodes where nothing really happens. And I'm not going to remember this episode because there's been so many of them. I really do think what it all boils down to is just my personal preferences in terms of, what I like about this show. And unfortunately, these two episodes kind of show that perfectly. You have the first episode, which is about Lincoln, really. And it's about him trying to kind of get out of doing these chores and stuff. And you have this episode where it's, I mean, Luna, which I like. I like Luna a lot. Lenny, not so much. And then Gramps, who's a character that we've seen a little bit, mostly in the more recent seasons. It's just, they're putting all of their focus and all their attention on characters that me personally, and this is my opinion, me personally, I do not care about. So naturally, it's gonna be one of those things where I'm gonna find it dull. And so that's what I am. I don't feel comfortable calling this a bad episode, because quite frankly, I don't think it is. Because like I said, your mileage will vary. If you like all of these characters, you're gonna probably be okay with this one. But me personally, I've always kind of naturally gravitated towards Lincoln slash friend group episodes, like, of his. Like, I naturally just kind of go to that. Because it's how I started watching the show. I liked the aspect of what the show introduced of Lincoln being the main, being the person that kind of led the show, I guess, is the best way to describe it. I hate to be that guy, I really do, but, like, I have to be honest. I'm just saying, there's a reason why a lot of the good episodes that I like, and me personally I like, are a lot of the Lincoln ones. Trust me, there are some mediocre and some, average ones out there. There are a few of them with his friends, too. But most of the time, it's usually those episodes that are really good and really stand out to me. I don't know. Anyways, this episode for me was just kind of dull. There wasn't really much happening here. I don't really feel comfortable giving it, like, a rating or anything. You can kind of just tell from the tone of my voice and just the way I'm talking about the episode itself. I really didn't enjoy this one as much. There are some good episodes involving the sisters, don't get me wrong. There are some good episodes involving them. But this one isn't one of them. It's just not interesting, it's just not appealing, it's not really that funny. There's a lot of, like, dead air here, where I just was watching it and I just kind of wanted it to be over. You know what I mean? Anyways, I'm gonna go and stop rambling now. I've been rambling about this one for about 10 minutes. Guys, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you like, comment, subscribing, awesome. And of course, guys, I'll see you guys next video. Thank you guys so much for watching. And, take care, everybody.